אוקיי, אני מניח שאתה ציוני, רוצה מדינת יהודית.
אני לא ציוני.
אתה לא ציוני?
לא.
למה?
כי אני, כמו שאמרתי לך, אין לי בעיה עם ערבים, ואין לי בעיה עם נוצרים, ואין לי בעיה עם יהודים בגלל הגזע שלהם או בגלל הלאום שלהם. יש לי בעיה עם אנשים שהם טרוריסטים. יש לי בעיה עם אנשים שהם לא מחונכים.
מה יקרה הרגע שיש יותר מ-50% ערבים פה בארץ?
מה יקרה? או שנחיה בשלום, או שיהיה מלחמות. אני מעדיף לחיות בשלום עם כולם.
אוקיי.
אבל מלחמה, אני לא...
אתה מוכן לעשות משהו שזה לא יקרה או לא אכפת לך?
שמה לא יקרה?
שלא יהיו יותר ערבים יהודים.
לא מפריע לי ברמת העיקרון, אני לא חושב על זה. שאני קם בבוקר זה לא מה שמטריד אותי. אבל תראה, אם יהיו פה... שמע, אם המדינה הזאת, אם ביבי נתניהו וכל חברי הפרלמנט, שלפי דעתי לא עושים ולו מעט, יעשו קצת על מנת להקל על האוכלוסייה הערבית וגם על האוכלוסייה היהודית, שלא תחשוב שהיהודים פה מלקקים דבש, וישקיעו בהשכלה, וישקיעו בחינוך, וישקיעו בכלכלה, וישקיעו בכל אחד ואחד, ושזה אפשרי. אני חושב שאנחנו נגדל פה דור שאנשים מחונכים, אנשים מתורבתים, שיש תרבות ויש חינוך, אז עוד כמה דברים טובים קורים. שאין תרבות ואין חינוך ויש מה שנקרא שאתה מגדל פרחחים, אז אתה גם מגדל ונדליזם. אז אני חושב שברמת העיקרון ערבי, נוצרי, יהודי, לא זו הבעיה שלי. אין לי בעיה, עוד פעם. יש לי בעיה עם הדרך, התפיסה פה, וזה מה שאני חושב שצריך לעשות. לפי דעתי, קודם כל לעשות טיפול יסודי, להסתכל על הפרטים הקטנים, אני חושב שלא מקדישים להם תשומת לב. זה מה אני חושב, זה מה ש... זאת נראה לי...
איזה תפיסה, כאילו, מה, איזה תפיסה אתה נגד?
זה נראה לי לפתור את כל הבעיה. עם איזה...
תסביר מה התפיסה. למישהו שלא מכיר. לא מכיר ישראלים או ערבים.
אני חושב שהמדינה שלנו היא מדינה שהיוקר פה מאמיר. היוקר פה מאמיר. כמו שאמרתי קודם, ברגע שיש יוקר מחיה, ברגע שקשה לאנשים לחיות, וקשה להם לרכוש השכלה גבוהה, וקשה להם אפילו לשלם על שכירות, קשה להם אפילו לשלם על החשמל שהם צורכים, דברים אלמנטריים. ברגע שאתה מגיע למצב כזה, אז המוח שלך נהיה קרימינלי, הוא חושב מה לעשות. אני יודע שיש לי כסף בכיס, אני קם בבוקר הולך שותה לי קפה, ואני נהנה מהחיים. וכשאין לי כסף בכיס, אני הופך את הראש שלך להביא כסף. ולפעמים אני גם מסתכל לכל מיני כיוונים. אתה מבין? אני מדבר ברמה כללית, כן, לא אני אישית, חס ושלום. וככה זה עובד, וזה הוכח. ואם לא נעשה חשבון נפש, שיעורי בית נכונים ויסודיים, ונעשה מה שצריך, אוי ואבוי, אנחנו נגדל דור, כמו שאתה אומר, של ברברים, וזה בסוף יבוא עלינו בעוכרינו. אנחנו בסוף נפסיד מזה. אנחנו כולנו נסבול מזה.
Do you think Israel should be a Jewish state? And if it should, what would happen if there would be more Arabs than Jews? What would Israel do?
What would Israel do? It would lose its identity as a Jewish state.
Okay, and no, but would the country have to do something to make sure there are more Jews than Arabs? That's the question.
How can the country do something?
I don't know, that's the question, that's what I'm asking you. Do you think there is a way to do that?
No, there isn't, and it worries me that there might be a time when there will be more Arabs than Jews.
Okay, now explain to somebody who doesn't know anything about Israel, why is that worrying to you?
Because that's the identity, it's a Jewish state. The Jews only have one state.
Okay.
So if Israel won't be Jewish, it will lose its identity. I mean, there's no point for the Jewish state. It's called the Jewish state. It's like if you ask me what will happen if there will be more French people in Italy, should the Italians do something because it won't be Italy anymore? That's the same thing. Or French, if there will be more, I don't know, Spanish people in France than French people. Will it still be France? No, it won't be because there won't be as many French people. It will be more Spanish people. Same thing. I don't know if there's something that the government can do. I don't think there's anything humane that the country can do, but it does.
Okay, so that's a good question. Do you think the government or the people, in your opinion, will they stick to being humane? Because I think that's where the original question...
I certainly will. I don't know if others... I'm sure the country will remain humane. They won't take any actions going on in China or anything. We're not going to sterilize people if that's what you mean, but it does worry me that the Arabs are breeding at a higher rate than we are, and it's a problem.
Do you think Israel should be a Jewish state?
I think
Is it yes or no? Like,
Yes.
Because that's not the actual question. The actual question is, if you do, what if Arabs become more than 50% of the population, what do you think needs to be done to
two countries.
Hmm?
Two countries.
two countries?
Yes.
So even within Israel, if there's more Arabs, there start to be a lot of Arabs, you think you need to split the country so there's always a Jewish state?
Yes. It's our the one of country. It's not. There are a lot of Arabic countries.
Okay, so
We
you're
need
not saying.
also one.
Oh, sorry.
We need also one.
Okay, so you're not saying like we throw anyone out.
Nah.
It's the idea is, well, we redraw the borders so we still have a Jewish state.
They have the religious. They can stay here. They're also work here, live here, bring babies here. It's okay.
But if there's more than half, starts to be more and more and more, what? Then we draw the borders different?
It's never mind because of the religion of the Arabic, the Muslims. They bring a lot of babies.
Yeah.
So all the countries, it's not matter if it's Jewish or Christians. There is going to be more 50% Arabic in which country you say.
Here, Israel.
Also Israel.
Okay, so then what do you do? That's the question. What do you do?
Two countries. I
Okay.
told you, no problem.
Okay. For you, should Israel be a Jewish state?
Yeah.
Okay. So what will happen? This is the real question. What will happen when there are more Arabs than Jews? What should Israel do?
It's bad. Not to give everyone Israeli ID
Well, who is everyone?
to the Arabs.
The ones who are Israeli citizens?
Not so easy to give them Israeli ID because everyone got Israeli ID can enter to US soon. More 6 months. All the Israelis they
Mhm.
got ID,
Mhm.
blue ID we call it, so they can enter to US too. So the Arabs.
Wait, Arabs from where? Shtachim or from?
It's the same because everyone got the blue ID.
No, not in the Shtachim. They don't.
It's called Facha. Not all the Fachas got, but something like 2 million Arabs got Israeli blue ID. So it's crazy to give them this. And more 20 years, Israel is going to be like Islam country because they like חומרים מתרבים.
They reproduce a lot.
Yeah.
They have a lot of babies.
Yeah, so this is what's going to happen, and I think in all over the world. So it's not good.
So
idea.
somebody, okay, so but think about it. So somebody today is Muslim and born in Jaffa. You're saying they shouldn't get a blue ID?
No,
So what do they get?
they need to get a green ID or something. Like people know they Arabs.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It's mean you
Like
will,
day to day,
You,
what-
you will know who is really Israeli and who really Arabs. Like you go in U.S., you know who from Australia or from England, and who from U.S.
Mhm.
Here you cannot know because everyone got the same ID. So if they got some special ID, so it's the best.
Okay, so they have green ID, let's say.
Yeah.
Then what does that mean? So what? So they can still live here, they can still, what is that?
The rights.
Hmm?
The
Okay,
rights.
so they'll have different rights, you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Okay, so you think Arabs in Israel should have different rights?
Yeah.
And what rights wouldn't they have?
I don't know, not all the rights because they feel when they got the blue ID they can do everything here, legal or not legal.
Mhm.
I talk only about the not legal, so they do a lot of crazy things here, a lot. They start with Israeli ger Jewish.
Oh, so okay, so
They do a lot
they,
of-
they flirt with Israeli girls?
Yeah, it's not okay. No,
Why?
why? I don't know. They just do it.
No, why is it not okay?
Because the Israeli girls don't like Arabs. Our religion not allow this.
Okay.
So Israeli girl cannot be with Arab guy.
Okay.
Like Arab guy, like Israeli guy, cannot be with not allowed to be with Arab gear.
Okay, what other rights do you think they shouldn't have? Like what scares you?
Not give them a license for weapons.
Mhm.
Just don't do it. Don't put Arabs in Israeli special unit in the army of Tzal.
Mhm.
And that's it.
Okay.
They can get a job, they can be in a high place in their job to manage people or whatever, but not weapon and not blue ID. Just, it's crazy to do that. And if they get license to weapon, that's it. It's going to be big intifada.
רגע, אוקיי. את רוצה שהמדינה יהיה רוב יהודים? יש עוד שאלה, כאילו, אם כן, השאלה זה מה עושים?
מה עושים?
כן, איך עושים את זה?
אני אגיד לך מה.
זה מה שאנשים רוצים
אני
לדעת.
יודעת שההורים שלי עזבו את ארצות האסלאם, כמו
איזה?
אלג'יר, מרוקו, לוב, ואמרו שם הערבים זה מקומם, ומדינת ישראל שייכת ליהודים. ואני חושבת שאני צריכה להמשיך כמו ההורים שלי, להיות בדעתם. זו הייתה המטרה שלהם, שפה תהיה מדינה יהודית. בשביל זה הם עזבו הכל ובאו לכאן, ובנו את המדינה, מאלג'יר.
אוקיי, ומה את מוכנה לעשות שזה יהיה?
שיהיו רק יהודים? האמת שהיום בגיל שלי זה לא בשליטתי.
אוקיי.
אבל תן לי לחשוב רגע, אתה שולף לי...
אין בעיה, בסדר.
מה עושים? קודם, יש לי.
אוקיי.
ככה, קודם כל לדאוג שיהיה פה עבודה, שהחבר'ה הצעירים שלמדו לא יעזבו את הארץ.
אוקיי.
זה השלב א'. ואז יהיה לנו מדינה נהדרת, עם כל המוחות, וכל היהודים יחזרו לכאן, ימצאו את מקומם. ולא תהיה, בוא נגיד ככה, שלא יעזבו את הארץ. כל הדור הצעיר, כל הרופאים למיניהם, כל ההייטק, אנשי ההייטק למיניהם, שישארו פה. ותהיה עבודה לכולם, ואז כולם יעלו ארצה.
Do you want Israel to be the majority to be Jewish here?
Yes.
And what would happen if there were more Arabs than Jews? How would it be prevented?
We should live with them in peace.
Okay.
If they want to make peace.
Okay, so if let's say there were started to be more Arabs here in Israel than Jews, what could we do?
It's not so very good.
Okay.
Because we think all the good Jews, we think we should live with them with peace, but they don't want to leave us with peace.
The Arabs.
The Arabs. We want to live in peace. Some of the educated Arabs want to make peace.
Okay.
Someone no.
Do you believe that Israel should be a majority Jewish state?
I think it's a really noble aspiration, and I hope it will be. Yeah.
Okay, so the actual question is, what would you do if it becomes Arabs become more than 50% of the population? What is sort of the most what should be done? What do you think should be done?
It's going to be like this. I hope we'll be smart enough to live in peace, and not just to overcome this difference, this religion difference. But I think that Israel should be like the majority of Jewish people, because it was our dream for years. Now we are here. Why lose it?
Do you believe Israel should be a Jewish state? It's yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the real question is, to be a Jewish state, let's say the Arabs have more and more babies, what do you think should be done to keep it a Jewish state? That's the question.
No, just like this. They will never have too many babies because they are not 20% and we are 80. So just leave it like it now. Don't need to change.
What if, the question is from someone outside of Israel is asking, what if they are 50% or 55%?
They cannot get to 55. Like logically, it will not happen in the next 100 years.
Do you think Israel should be a Jewish state? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the actual question. For Israel to be a Jewish state, let's say the Arabs have more and more babies and they start to be 50%, 55%. What do you think Israel should do so it won't get to that? Or what do you think Israel should do?
Frankly, it's a tough question. I don't know if I have an answer for that. I think maybe there should be a separation. Maybe the two-state solution would be a good solution for that.
Okay. And even if, let's say, there is a two-state solution, even within Israel, they start to be more than 50%, then what? We have another state, we redraw borders?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a big problem. And it happened before, and there always has been problems.
What do you mean it happened before?
When minorities became a threat to a democratic country.
Like what are you referring to?
Well, it happens now all over Europe, and they're trying to deal with it. And
Muslims in Europe, you mean? Yeah, okay.
And well, let's see how they do. I think their problem is a lot more imminent than ours. And, just have to wait and see what happens.